top of the 7th inning. If you're a little late tuning in, sorry, you've missed 6 innings. Our Aflac trivia question: since the World Series began in 1903, 5 teams have played 100 or more postseason games. Which 2 of them have lost more postseason games than they have won?
My guess would be the Cardinals and the Athletics.
I think that's an outstanding guess. And here would be the answer: the Dodgers and the Giants.
Not even close.
Dodgers 67 and 81, including yesterday's loss. The Giants 50 and 57. Hideo Nomo charting pitches here tonight. He gets the ball on Saturday in Atlanta, and as I mentioned, 2-0 with an ERA of about a run and a half in 3 starts against Atlanta this year. And he could be on the mound in a very important game, not just for the Dodgers, but in this series if LA can hang on here tonight.
Charting pitches for his best friend on the Dodgers, Ismael Valdez. They communicate a rather difficult form of sign language.
McGriff leads it off, then Klesko, then Dye. Let's go back to that.
Well, the reason they do that is that Valdez doesn't speak Japanese, and Hideo doesn't speak Spanish. I mean, that's pretty easy.
McGriff speaks long ball into dead center field. It is gone. And the game is tied at 2.
That should bring a smile to Greg Maddox's face. Fastball low and out over the plate, and that familiar curl of Fred McGriff. That little curl around the head. Boy, did he tattoo that one. Kirby tries his best. Not enough.
Number 18.
Boy, was that ball crushed.
Great effort by Kirby in center. 2 home runs for the only 2 runs tonight for Atlanta. This one by McGriff and one earlier in the 2nd inning by Ryan Klesko, who digs in now. 6th in the postseason for McGriff. As you saw, 28 home runs during the regular season for McGriff, but Tim, 20 before the All-Star break, only 8 after. Ryan Klesko now looks at a ball, and it's 2-1.
Fred McGriff has the most unorthodox finish of any hitter in either league. It's almost like he is using a whip for his backlash. That bat going over his head, similar to Klesko, and I would imagine Klesko's picked up some of that hitting behind McGriff. Watch after contact, that right hand. That right hand bringing that bat almost like a helicopter over the head.
Klesko strikes out looking for the first out, and he gets into the face of Eric Gray. A home run and a strikeout, so Valdez bounces right back.
Remember, we talked about it earlier, the fastball away, that ball right on the corner. Not only on the corner, on the front part of the plate. Piazza caught it off the plate.
Now Jermaine Dye into deep left field. A 3-home run night in a 3-2 lead Atlanta.
A hanging curveball to Dye. No doubt about it. Both home runs have been crushed. You see Marquise Grissom right there. The Braves took that 17-day road trip, the longest in the majors this year. They came off the plane, and Marquise said, "Where are you staying tonight?" He said, "I don't know." Jermaine Dye has been living in his home since August 3rd.
Ismael Valdez has given up only 5 hits. 3 of them home runs here tonight. 2 in the inning. 1 by McGriff to tie it. 1 by Dye to put the Braves on top. 3-2 in the 7th inning, and the Dodgers make a pitching change. pitch, hit a home run in the same inning, you go sit next to each other. Fred McGriff tied this game with a home run to dead center field. Leading off here in the top of the 7th inning, and Jermaine Dye goes deep to KO Ishmael Valdez, who ends up going 6 1/3 innings, only 5 hits, with 3 of them home runs.
Interesting thing about Jermaine Dye with Pedro Estacio, the new pitcher. He worked 6 2/3 innings in Sunday's game, a game won by the Padres in 11 innings, 2-0. Interesting thing about Jermaine Dye, he had a home run his first at bat in the major leagues to become the 71st player to ever do that, and he's had a home run in his last at bat in the major leagues.
1 out, nobody on, 2 runs home. The Braves out in front 3-2, and the batter is Eddie Perez. Perez has a hit, 1 out of 2. Facing Pedro Estacio, who, if the Dodgers get into a longer series, if they can get to the National League Championship Series and their chances dwindling with each ball that heads over the outfield wall, Pedro Estacio will be the 4th starter for Bill Russell. 2 balls and a strike on Eddie Perez. Another 1-run game. And a 3-2 Atlanta lead. Gagne to his left. Perez is the 2nd out here in the 7th. Beautiful night at Dodger Stadium. The fans and the Dodger players have to be a little restless and very concerned. Down 3-2. 2 out, nobody on in the 7th inning. Here's the number 8 hitter, Jeff Blauser. Nothing and 2 the count. Estacio takes over here in the 7th inning. Ishmael Valdez, who allowed 20 home runs during the regular season, has allowed 3 here tonight. There was nothing cheap about any one of the 3 either. Not unhappy to see Pedro Estacio, a 300 hitter. Blauser during the regular season this year in 83 games hit .245.
A lot of people think that any ball that's hit out of the park, that it was a mistake. The only mistake, in my opinion, of the 3 hit out was the curveball to Dye. That was a real hanger, and that's one that Ishmael wishes he would have back. The other 2, got to tip your hat to the hitters.
Count stays 2-2 on Blauser. You remember when Justice went down in mid-May, everybody speculating, well, who would the Braves go get? Probably rent Joe Carter. He'll be a free agent. Blue Jays will trade him to Atlanta. He re-ups with Toronto. They pick up Mark Whitten, who, after a brief stay in Atlanta, ended up with Seattle. The big part of their late season success. They stick with Dye. He hits 12 regular season home runs as a rookie. Now he hits his first postseason home run to put Atlanta on top. Breaking ball, see ya. Estacio comes in and shuts the door on the top of the 7th inning, but it's time to stretch after 2 home runs by the Braves. They lead the Dodgers 3-2. Overhead from the Goodyear blimp. We get into the bottom of the 7th inning. Dodgers batting, and Eric Karras looks at a strike. Goodyear blimp Eagle has been providing aerial pictures all night long. The Goodyear blimps travel over 100,000 miles every year, covering major sporting events, and this qualifies as a major sporting event. A 3-2 Atlanta lead, and Karras quickly behind 0-2. Karras, then Mondesi, then Wallach. Caught the corner, 1 away, and Eric has had a frustrating night. A ground out, a pair of strikeouts, and that'll bring in Raul Mondesi.
Eric Karras was the batter yesterday in the 9th inning when Marquise Grissom, I should say this is today, the ball hit by Raul Mondesi over the head of Grissom. Marquise just missing it. Yesterday, Grissom with a better angle on Karras's fly ball makes a dazzling catch. Tale of two fly balls right there.
Here is Mondesi, who has that RBI double. Sailed over the head of Grissom in center his last time up. Put the Dodgers out in front 2-1, but in the top of this 7th inning. Home runs by McGriff in Don. Big swing by Mondesi, strike 2. Chan Ho Park, the hard-throwing right-hander, getting ready for the Dodgers in their bullpen.
I don't think Raul Mondesi's going to see another strike from Maddox during this at bat. With 2 strikes, notorious for going after bad balls.
Coming into this inning, the Dodgers had scored 8 runs in their last 55 innings. Their offense is dead fast asleep. 2 up.
That's that breaking ball down and away to Mondesi. Raul Mondesi has one thing
number 29
that is
Tim
not good as far as the way he plays the game. It's going after bad balls with 2 strikes. Maddox, of course, knows that.
2 out, nobody on for Wallach. In the hole, Blauser. Tough play, has time, inning over. Good play by Jeff Blauser. And that will do it for the Dodgers in the 7th inning. They go in order. Maddox in control after 7, 3-2 Atlanta. We get into the 8th inning here at Dodger Stadium. Braves come to bat. And the conversation between Greg Maddux and Bobby Cox and Leo Mazzoni in the background. Well, you know what they're talking about. Maddox's spot set to lead off here in the 8th inning, and the Braves are going to go to their bench and after that to their bullpen.
Greg had 5 complete games this year, and Bobby Cox telling us before the game that Greg McMichael would be his setup man, and he's consistent with that. I think this is a twofold move to get some more runs. Polonia 12 for his last 18 during the regular season.
Leading it off and taking ball 1. Amazing that Greg Maddux threw 15 straight strikes the end of his night, and for the entire night, Tim, only 14 out of the strike zone.
Kind of scary. Yesterday, John Smoltz, 17 straight strikes in that game. Frightening efficiency.
2-0, the count on Polonia, leading it off. Now 2-1. For the Dodgers, a left-hander Guthrie. On your right, and the right-hander Chan Ho Park. Now 2-2 on Polonia. You look at what Greg Maddux has done with Atlanta. 70 and 29 since signing on with the Braves. Look at how he finished off his night in the 7th inning against Karras, Mondesi, and Wallach. Struck out Karras, struck out Mondesi. Wallach grounded out. Big money pitcher, and when he smells blood, it's lights out. The humpback liner to Gagne. And Polonia is gone to start the 8th inning.
Greg Maddux, the winningest pitcher in the 90s, followed by his teammate Tommy Glavine. John Smoltz is 4th. Jack McDowell sandwiched in there. Ramon Martinez, we mentioned his fine effort yesterday. And Chuck Finley of the Angels, 1 shy of the century mark.
Interesting that since 1991, however, Glavine has won more games than Maddux, but it's, you know, take your pick. And Glavine will pitch game 3 on Saturday against Hideo Nomo. And if the Braves can hang on here, that would be a chance to clinch the division series with the Dodgers. Backhanded play, Gagne, good play, 2 out. And Grissom 0 for 4 tonight.
This is a very unusual play. Rarely will you see a shortstop charge a ball and then backhand the ball. Usually on a backhand play, he goes to his right. That ball took a tricky hop right there. Soft hand, strong arm. Good play.
I would imagine another factor is with Grissom running, he didn't feel he had time to circle it,
Right.
get behind it and throw. So the backhanded stab in the out. That's 4 in a row retired by Estacio since he entered last inning. Make it 5. Lemke, the comebacker, inning over. We go into the bottom of the 8th inning. The Braves take Maddox out. They go to their bullpen. McMichael will try to protect a 3-2 Atlanta lead. For the bottom of the 8th inning. Along with Tim McCarver, I'm Joe Buck. Our producer John Filippelli, director Billy Webb. Our game summary: Piazza, an RBI ground out in the first inning, put the Dodgers out in front. Klesko, who had committed an error, hit the home run, his 4th in his postseason career, to tie it in the 2nd inning. Mondesi an RBI double. Dodgers back out in front, but in the 7th inning, McGriff tied it with a solo home run leading off, and with 1 out, Jermaine Dye goes deep into left field. We showed you earlier the conversation between Greg Maddux and Bobby Cox. Be interesting to listen in on that conversation. I find it a bit peculiar, interesting to say the least, that he's taken out here going into the bottom of the 8th inning.
It looked like that conversation that Greg was resisting being taken out of the game. Nonetheless, it's Greg McMichael. 73 appearances on the season.
No matter what McMichael does the rest of the night, it's got to be a bit of a lift for the Dodgers to see Maddox out of this game. Maddox leaves having retired the last 10 hitters he faced. Strike 2 from McMichael.
I think, Joe, what may be going into Bobby Cox's thinking here is that minimize the innings of Greg Maddux because it's a best 3 out of 5 series. If it were a 4 out of 7 series and Maddux was going to have 4 days rest, then you leave him in. But since it's 3 out of 5, he may have to come back with 3 days rest. That may be injuring the thinking of Bobby Cox.
There is no doubt you take an awful big risk no matter who comes out of that bullpen when you pull Greg Maddux out of a game who was rolling along. Rest or no rest, he'd retired 10 in a row.
I'm not talking about rest tonight. I'm talking about his next start.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with
you. It's a 3 out of 5 series.
However, as McMichael comes up with the strikeout, Maddox only threw 72 pitches.
Right.
And the way the Braves are playing and Maddox is pitching, the chances of this game or this series extending beyond 3 or 4 are slim.
Well, a changeup from McMichael to Gagne out of the strike zone. That's his best pitch. So he has taken off, taken up where Maddox is left off.
Former closer for the Braves, now the setup man for Mark Wohlers. And Dave Hansen will come off the bench and pinch hit for the Dodgers here in the 8th inning. He bats for Juan Castro, who was 0 for 2 while he was in there. McMichael struck out Gagne to start the inning. Now Hansen with another pinch hitter to follow.
Greg McMichael with 2 types of changeups. One that can go away from a left-handed batter and one that goes away from a right-handed batter. Swinging an arm motion.
One out, nobody on, an 0-2 count on Hansen. Todd Worrell getting ready. Talked to Todd before the game, and he said it's now to the point where even if we don't have a lead, much like Mariano Rivera in last night's game for the Yankees, he could come into a game. Billy Ashley waits on deck just to keep the score as is. Right now, the Braves lead 3-2. Hansen did not offer it that pitch. 2-2.
Last night's game, the Texas Rangers leading the Yankees 4-2 in the 7th inning with 1 out and nobody on. Joe Torre bringing in Mariano Rivera. That high heat of his. This isn't high heat here. It's not low heat either. It's low. One changeup after another by McMichael.
One out, nobody on. Hansen to the second baseman, Lemke. 2 quick outs here in the Dodger 8th. That'll bring in Billy Ashley. What a season he has had this season for the Dodgers off the bench. Here are his thoughts on coming off the bench for LA.
Realizing the fact that I've got one shot up there to do whatever's called upon to do, whatever I can do out there. And usually it's a big hit situation, maybe to drive in some runs, from second base, or a home run situation where that's even more pressure thrown on you when you go up there.
5 pinch hit home runs this season for Billy Ashley. And a .345 average off the bench for the Dodgers. Ball 1.
The outfield of the Atlanta Braves deeper than they normally would be. A deep outfield in the late innings is almost baseball's answer to football's prevent defense. Give them anything in front of them, but nothing over their heads, especially with a guy as powerful as Ashley.
Coming up at the end of the game, Tim and I will select the genuine Chevrolet most valuable player of the game. Ashley trying to throw his name into the hat. Strike 2.
McMichael is so deceptive. His arm motion tells you it's a fastball, but the pitch simply isn't there. It's a changeup low and away to right-handers.
2 out, nobody on. 1-2 pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Dodgers are guaranteed of having the top of their order bat again before the end of the night.
Same arm motion as the fastball, and yet he chokes the pitch for the changeup. He's thrown one after another tonight.
2-2 now to Ashley. 3-2. And if you're McMichael, you have to come right after Billy Ashley. Got it. And the 8th inning is over. A 1-2-3 frame for McMichael. Ashley comes up empty, and after 8, the world champions out in front, 3-2. We go to the 9th inning. The Braves hanging on 3-2. Billy Ashley, a big threat off the bench, and McMichael got him on a 3-2 pitch.
And Joe, you said a guy like McMichael will have to go right after Ashley, and he went after him
Leading
with
off
his
the Braves,
staple
number
pitch,
10.
that straight changeup.
Third baseman, Chipper Jones.
So McMichael, his first postseason test, and he passed that. A 1-2-3 8th inning, and now Todd Worrell takes over. Tied for most in the major leagues with Jeff Brantley with his 44 saves, set a Dodgers single season record, and it's his job to keep it a 3-2 game. Chipper Jones into left for Hollingsworth. 1 pitch, 1 out. And Chipper tonight 0 for 4.
Joe,
First
talking about the
baseman,
mild controversy of
27,
Bobby Cox removing Greg
Brett
Maddox when he was rolling along
Brett.
in such fine fashion. Bobby Cox has so many weapons at his disposal. I mean, he could do a lot of things with his pitching staff. They are such a well-balanced ball club. Good speed, good power, good defense, excellent pitching. He has so many decisions where he can go one way or the other.
Here's McGriff. He looks at a ball. Delano DeShields enters the game at second base. He takes over and bats in the number 8 spot. Top of the 9th inning, a 3-2 Atlanta lead. McGriff went 1 ball, 1 strike. 95 miles per hour from Worrell. Dodgers hold the option on Todd Worrell's contract for next season. Told us earlier in the year that that's probably it for him in the big leagues. There's strike 2 to Fred McGriff. It would be tough to go out if he's still throwing like this. 2 strikes on McGriff, who homered his last time up to tie the game back in the 7th. Piazza can't hang on. And the count stays 1-2, and that was off the foot of Eric Gray.
If the Dodgers can't come back to at least tie it in the bottom of the 9th, as we look at the McGriff home run, the fastball out over the plate from Ismael Valdez just crushed to center field. But if the Dodgers can't come back, the Worrell family will be down 2-0, 2-0. Tim with San Diego and Todd with the Dodgers.
Tim involved in that game for San Diego in St. Louis today. 1 out, nobody on. And now a 2-2 count on McGriff. Tim Worrell did not get a decision in that game. The Cardinals beat Doug Bottler and the Padres to go up 2-0 as that series heads to this West Coast. Chipper Jones flying to left to start the inning. Now the 2-2. Piazza cannot hang on. The count stays 2-2 and evidently bounced before Mike picked it up.
Piazza sitting outside. Worrell throwing awfully hard. McGriff just getting the top half of the ball.
Ryan Klesko is homered here tonight in his first at bat back in the 2nd. 3 Brave runs, 3 Brave home runs. Klesko, McGriff, and Dye. One out, nobody on. 2-2 from Worrell. Got him. 2 gone.
Left fielder.
One high
Number
fastball
18.
after another.
Ryan
Finally
Klesko.
gets Fred McGriff.
So 2 out here in the Brave 9th inning. And Ryan Klesko walks in. Because the Dodgers are on this 5-game losing streak, Worrell has not had many chances to pitch, especially with the game on the line. It's his job to keep it 3-2. So far, he's doing his job. He got Jones. He got McGriff. And it's 2-0 on Klesko.
And Joe, even with home run hitters, rarely do they go up and try to hit a home run. But here it is, the top of the 9th inning, 2 out, nobody on. Klesko is thinking about one thing right now, and that's the long ball.
And he's ahead on the count, 2-0. 3-0.
He will absolutely be hitting right here.
Bill Russell and the Dodgers are in trouble. Worrell 3-0 on Ryan Klesko. Great one. You were right. He was swinging, wasn't he?
That's a big league cut, wasn't it?
Wow. Worrell behind in the count, 3-1. A 2-out walk. Not the end of the world for Worrell, who now with 2 out and a man on.
Number 24.
Will face the right-handed hitting Jermaine Dye. The Braves will call on a pinch runner, Andrew Jones.
Your attention, please.
He'll come in, pinch run, and then stay in and play left field. So they get the best of both worlds, more speed on the bases, and I would imagine in their estimation, although Klesko has improved as a left fielder, better defense in their outfield.
Andrew Jones in for late inning defense, and he's 19 years old.
What a ride it's been for Andrew. His season started in single-A baseball.
Unbelievable. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Bobby Cox had told Andrew, if you get a good jump, Worrell doesn't have a good move at first base, go ahead and try to steal it, but do it early in the count so Jermaine Dye doesn't have to take a pitch or two and get in the hole with Worrell pitching.
Andrew Jones last season, this season, absolutely owned the minor leagues. Every stop he made. He was surprised to get the call to come up to the big league club. And now here he is in the postseason for the world champs. He starts, stops, he's caught, he's out. Andrew lost his footing. And the Braves lose a ninth-inning base runner. Good throw from Piazza. He's been doing it defensively for the Dodgers behind the plate. Quick tag, Karras. Bottom of the ninth inning. Top of the order coming up. 3-2 Atlanta. Bottom of the ninth inning. Andrew Jones picked off to end the top of the ninth.
Strict orders from Bobby Cox. Run on the first pitch. He slips right there. The throw by Piazza is strong, but watch the tag by Karras. He tags the bag and not the hand until the hand was in there. So it looked like he was safe, but the reason he retreated was because of that slip.
Andrew Jones picked off to end the top of the ninth inning. Will stay in the game. Play left. The new shortstop, Rafael Belliard. Mark Wohlers into the game. And this Dodger Stadium crowd, this might be their last time this season and a chance to cheer their Dodgers. Hollingsworth caught by Grissom.
Well, we talked about Marquise Grissom playing shallow. It's burned him once tonight on the ball hit by Mondesi. But I'll guarantee you, of any other starting center fielder for any other club in the National League, that ball's a base hit. Grissom was in the perfect spot.
Wayne Kirby. One out, nobody on, ninth inning. Dodgers down by one. Ball one from Wohlers. Leo Mazzoni sweating out this outing by Wohlers. And rocking away on the dugout bench. Two unearned runs tonight for the Dodgers. That's it. One ball, one strike.
Mark Wohlers, a similar pitcher to Todd Worrell. Both hard throwers, right around 95. Both with split finger fastballs. Both with sliders. And both very successful.
Strike two on Kirby. The last 14 Dodger hitters have been retired in a row. The last Dodger hit was Mondesi's RBI double back in the fourth. Two and two. Wohlers got the save in game one yesterday. He'll pitch game three in Atlanta. Still 2-2 on Kirby.
Wayne is in a position right now to get a predictable pitch. He'll get a fastball from Wohlers, and the reason for that, if you go to the splitter or the breaking ball, it's not only not your best pitch, but it's a pitch that you would more apt run the count to 3-2 with.
Got it. 2 out.
I think Mark Wohlers got a break right here. Eddie Perez does a terrific job framing that pitch. He caught it outside and watch the mid. He brings it back in, but that pitch was outside. Atlanta with a huge break on that fastball.
Atlanta with a 3-2 lead. And the Dodgers and their fans would want no one else at the plate than Mike Piazza. Tough to catch up. Strike one. Strike two. Wohler's just rearing back and letting it fly. An 0-2 count on Piazza, and the Dodgers down to their last strike. To the left side. Jones, good play, game over. And the first two belong to the world champion Atlanta Braves. They go up 2-0 in a 2-hour, 8-minute game here at Dodger Stadium, and now the series shifts back to Atlanta. The Dodgers in their last 58 innings, covering 6 games, 8 runs, 32 hits.
Against the best pitching staff in baseball.
McGriff's homer tied it. Jermaine Dye's home run put the Braves on top and eventually won it 3-2. We'll take a break, come back, and have finishing thoughts on a quick game here at Dodger Stadium. It belongs to the world champion Atlanta Braves. They beat the Dodgers 3-2, and they're up in the best-of-5 series, 2-0.